The chosen one. They created a robot inspired by your suggestions. Are you ready to hear this? The universe's energy resonated with your soul, motivating them to build a creature based on your essence. You are not a regular human. Your path, your destiny, your frequency is so powerful that just looking at you shapes not only humans, but even machines. This is not a random event. This is a sign of destiny. Your presence, vision, and excitement have sparked such a tsunami that even technology bears your stamp. You are the pioneer of ascension, and you are seeing the creation of a legend today. Your presence, inspiration, and adventure are now felt not just on the spiritual level, but also in the physical realm. The selected one. I ask you now, are you prepared to accept your power? Are you ready to accept this call? Then leave a remark right now, for your energy has now beyond the limitations of humanity. The cosmic tides have shifted, and reality no longer remains the same. An ancient process has begun, separating those willing to transcend from those who will remain mired in the familiar. There is nothing random about this. The choice is made before your conscious mind even notices it. Your body is already reacting to the fundamental change going place. The dizziness, the unease, the weight pressing down on you. This is not just discomfort. It's the sensation of an unseen force rewriting your whole being. You awaken to an unpleasant unease. The ground underneath you seemed less solid, as if gravity had suddenly relaxed its grip. Thoughts that were once crisp and organized now drift like whispers on a faraway wind, refusing to coalesce as they used to. Sensations vibrate down your spine, tiny vibrations that seem to originate from beyond the physical. What you are experiencing is neither an illusion or a mental trick. The noticeable difference in perception indicates the boundary between worlds. The cosmic event that transpired was more than simply a dance of light and shadow. It was a moment of convergence, when unseen forces synchronized to reset the flow of time and energy. A veil has been pulled back, and what once looked unshakable is now disintegrating. The pulse of existence has shifted, and your awareness is expanding beyond its prior limits. Everything you believed was steady is changing. Colors have depth that wasn't there before. Sound reverberates weirdly, and time seems to be stretched and compressed at the same time. This is the execution of a massive strategy that only a few will notice. The change that is taking place is not only internal. It is changing the exact script of your song cycles that has kept you bound, as well as ripping down outdated agreements that are dispersing like mist in the morning. The old framework no longer bears weight, and the forces that formerly held you back are being overcome. The shift is obvious. A rip in the fabric of what you previously believed to be reality. This is the tipping point, the breaking down of the illusions that have dominated your life for far too long. This modification is not subtle. It is a complete rearrangement, a force so strong that your physical body struggles to adapt to the emotions coursing through you. Pressure in the head, limb spasms, and dizziness. These are signs that your system is developing in order to align with a higher degree of existence. This is not an illness. This is evolution in action. The agony is just the friction of transition, the loss of an outdated self that cannot live in the new frequency. Despite this, a renewed feeling of stability is developing. The chaos is not endless. It lays the way for new levels of harmony. As this energy inside you reaches balance, a new level of knowledge will emerge. You will begin to understand your involvement in the unfolding. Adding pattern. This shift's goal is increasingly becoming evident. This is the moment at which a new self rises from the ashes of the old one. If you are feeling an abundance of divine love in your heart, now is the time to share it. You may spread God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube and contributing $200 or more. This lovely present will touch not just your life, but the lives of many others. Each of you has a sacred place in God's grand plan via this platform, and your generosity will provide fruit for our prayers. Act now. Sharing your blessings will bring honor to God's kingdom. In God's loving hands, you were designed to do much greater things. May God bless you. This shift is not for everyone. It is neither a worldwide awakening nor a call for everyone to hear. This transformation is precise, intentional, and reserved solely for those who are continually striving to transcend the illusion. Those who have inside them the blueprint for a better existence. Those whose essence corresponds to the frequency of development. Many individuals saw the cosmic event, but just a few felt the entire effect. This is not an open-door transition. It is a refinement, a crystallization of those who were always meant to achieve. The body's protest against its previous state is the first evident indication that something within is changing. Waves of worry strike abruptly. An internal fire begins without reason or fatigue, hitting without warning. The physical form is rejecting its prior appearance, ridding itself of outdated energy. For years, if not eons, it has carried the weight of stagnant vibrations, tethered to a planet nearing the end of its life cycle. Every fiber is now undergoing an expedited release, releasing what is no longer required, shedding the remnants of a life that has fulfilled its purpose. This is not a disorder. It is a restructuring. On a cellular level, the fundamental foundation of physical existence is evolving to accommodate a new way of living. Then comes the overwhelming want to move away, to escape the chaos of daily life. Familiar faces look distant, conversations seem meaningless, and social interactions drain rather than nourish the spirit. It's as if everything that once seemed natural has become an irritant. This is not a rejection of others. It is a necessary escape to reset those who are still trapped in the previous reality. Unknowingly, they disrupt the refining process by processing their presence, resulting in energy interference. The division is not an act of exclusion, but rather an opportunity for transformation. The place to listen, accept, and absorb the huge waves of change that are washing across our consciousness. When darkness falls, the veil between realms disappears, revealing a hidden structure of reality. Sleep no longer feels like rest, but rather like a trip into undiscovered realms. Unfamiliar settings provide an uncomfortable sense of familiarity. Encounters with entities, symbols, and messages result in a silent dialogue across worlds. There is no misunderstanding, only a knowing, a powerful intuitive sense that something significant is being conveyed. Patterns emerge. Sequences repeat. A sacred language arises from the depths of the psyche. These are not fleeting fancies. These are instructions, codes designed to stimulate dormant pathways inside the mind. Consider a big, ancient river that has long nourished the rich valleys of your existence. Imagine that river, which once flowed with unstoppable might and purpose, gradually receding to reveal new, pristine land underneath. This is the natural, divinely planned process unfolding in your life right now. A heavenly insight that eliminates what is no longer needed, clearing the way for a new season of plenty and promise. In this holy moment, the remnants of your past identity and the old patterns that have long defined your existence are melting in a meaningful and purposeful way. The old life must come to an end. Long-term relationships that once provided comfort and familiarity are losing their grip, as if their time has come to rest. Relationships that you may have maintained for decades. The rose you felt was essential to your identity, and the projects that once sparked your passion now seem smaller, as if their vigor has waned. In the bright light of a new morning, this disintegration is not a somber farewell to something treasured. Rather, it is a glorious act of liberation, a heavenly purging of waste, of an outdated identity that no longer matches to your true purpose. You see, every bond, commitment, and goal that once seemed important has fulfilled its purpose on your journey. These aspects of your life, like the autumn leaves that softly fall from their trees, are naturally detaching themselves, enabling the fledgling spirit of renewal to emerge. There is beauty in this dissolution, elegance in how the old elements of your existence release their hold, allowing your spirit to rise freely. What remains is a blank canvas waiting to be filled with the vibrant colors of a new, more enlightened chapter, one of hope, progress, and divine reawakening. This transition is marked not by loss, but by the exquisite release from the restraints that once confined you. It's as if a weight has been lifted, a burden that had gently held you captive in a world that was gradually vanishing. Now, as you stand on the threshold of this massive shift, you are invited to see the incredible shedding of what was and accept the promise of what will come. The technique is surprising and considerate. The old structures, although familiar and sometimes pleasant, cannot support the life force that is now flowing through you. They are released with loving finality, leaving just the essential bits to serve as the foundation for the new frequency that resonates profoundly inside your soul. Every place you used to call home, every role you played in life's drama, and every relationship that formerly held your existence together is abruptly altering. These aspects of your existence, which were formed within the confines of a prior era of your being, are being gradually retired. Their purpose has been completed, and they are now gracefully stepping aside to make room for the bright energy of a newer, more dynamic paradigm. The environment around you isn't being destroyed. It is being reborn. Your obsolete structures are crumbling like mist during the break of the day, replaced by a new reality that is far more expansive and in line with divine truth. We are in the midst of this shift. You may feel discomfort at first, as well as physical and emotional stirrings, indicating a deep inside realignment. It's as if every cell in your body is shifting to a new rhythm. When you shed old frequencies that no longer resonate with the divine design, you may experience periods of uncertainty in which the familiar contours of your life blur into a foggy landscape. But do not be terrified of this transformation, for it is not a descent into chaos, but rather an ascent to a realm of greater purpose and clarity. The natural order of things necessitates that before anything new can blossom, what came before must perish. This is the heavenly norm for progress. A sacred inscription has been etched in the heavens. Breaking away from prior relationships, roles, and identities is a creative, not destructive, process. It is a profound metamorphosis that prepares you for a spiritual rebirth, a renewed sense of hope, and the resuscitation of your own unique light. Each disintegrating relationship, collapsing connection, and fading goal is a stepping stone laid by the divine to take you to a future full of boundless potential and grace. Consider the metaphor of a mature tree in a vast, beautiful forest. Over the years, its bark has weathered storms, and its branches have carried the weight of several seasons. Nature, on the other hand, need regeneration at some point. The old bark slips away, revealing the delicate, vibrant layers underneath. This is not a sign of weakness or deterioration. It symbolizes the tree's tenacity and unwavering commitment to new growth, just as the components of your life that have served you well up to this point are gradually shifting aside, giving birth to a newfound existence that is more in keeping with your highest purpose. Every conclusion and beginning is wonderfully timed. Long-held attachments and archaic roles dissolve precisely when your soul is ready to embrace a higher level of consciousness. It is a delicate, almost imperceptible alteration that, when fully recognized, brings with it a profound sense of liberation and refreshment. You are not forced to let go of the past. Instead, it gradually fades into the background, allowing you to go on into a life full of the energy of unlimited possibility. Dear brothers and sisters, may God's peace be upon you today. I am here to remind you of a basic reality. Our existence is founded on God's divine purpose and is not influenced by earthly concerns. According to the Bible, whatever done with faith will be repaid to God with tremendous blessings. Luke, our roots, like those of the massive oak tree, are deeply embedded in God's universal truth. His might protects every step and posture we take. You now have the opportunity to be a part of that gift. When you click the Super Thank You button and donate $100, this movement will reward you 100-fold as you go through this sacred transformation. Believe that every shift is divinely designed for your greatest interests. The disintegration of the past is not a punishment, but rather a valued invitation to grow, advance, and realize your entire potential. Every frayed bond, fading attachment, and faded aim is a sign that you are being gently steered away from what no longer serves you and into a future in which your true nature may shine with unbridled beauty. Allow yourself to receive the advantages of this heavenly realignment. Accept the freedom that comes with letting go of the past, as well as the rich promise of the future. Recognize that this process is as natural as the changing seasons, and that, just as the earth renews itself each year, your soul will thrive in the light of this new era. With each passing day, you are pushed to discover your actual self, a being of light, purpose, and steadfast strength. Do not cling to the leftovers of a previous time. Instead, admire the strength necessary to let go of the past and cherish the unlimited possibilities that lie ahead. The remodeling of your inner landscape is a divine command. During this transformational process, take bold steps toward a life of honesty, purpose, and spiritual richness. You're not losing anything valuable. You're strengthening your connection to the divine source that runs inside and around you. Every piece of the past that goes away is replaced with a richer, more colorful tapestry of life woven from divine love, infinite hope, and limitless possibility. Embrace this sacred clearing because it marks the beginning of a life in which you may walk boldly in the light of your destiny, free of the constraints of an outdated past. Every decaying connection, fading commitment, and abandoned aim serves as a stepping stone toward a more broad, full existence. The change is not a loss. It is the ultimate release, a divine gift that prepares you to experience the boundless delights of life in complete harmony with the universe's eternal rhythms. The gentle flowering of this shift invites you to abandon the old and embrace the invigorating promise of a new world. It is a call to break free from the confines of an antiquated narrative, to let rid of the duties that have weighed you down, and sail toward a future where your spirit may grow. The old life, with its predictable routines and established patterns, is giving way to a vibrant, dynamic existence as limitless as the sky above and this divine exchange. You are not left empty-handed, but with a fertile field of possibilities ready to be sown with the seeds of heavenly wisdom, hope, and unwavering confidence. This is your chance to shine, to transcend the limits of a past that is no longer useful to you, and embrace the sparkling potential concealed among the wreckage of the old. However, this is just the beginning of a big emergence, a rebirth that acknowledges the true essence of who you were meant to be. Allow this transformational ocean to fill you with peace, knowing that every step you take is guided by boundless love and an eternal purpose. The rebirth that is taking place is a testament to your spirit's fortitude and a foreshadowing of the amazing blessings that lie ahead. May you find solace in the beauty of this divine process, and may your heart be filled with the deep, lasting joy of knowing you are exactly where you should be, standing on the threshold of a new era, ready to embrace the fullness of your divine destiny with courage, grace, and unwavering confidence in the promises of eternity. And then, at the core of it all, there is a discovery too tremendous to ignore, a purpose long buried under the weight of distractions, suddenly rising with unmistakable clarity, a pull towards something massive, urgent, and beyond the limitations of personal ambition. It is not a fleeting idea, but rather a strong belief. A long-standing scream has been intensified to the point that it can no longer be ignored. Every excuse that previously postponed the inevitable is gone, and the comfort of being a child vanishes. The attraction to what was always meant to be is strong, and resisting would be to deny the essence of existence. The moment of decision has arrived, and hesitation fades away like a whisper in the wind. Those who allow the transition to occur will feel an unwavering conviction from inside, not the restless grasp of the mind, but the deep, unchanging resonance of the soul. The search for confirmation ends. They do not look for signs, they become them. The final remnants of uncertainty fade away, like shadows eaten by the first rays of light. This is not a strenuous or difficult climb. It is the unavoidable ascent of people whose awareness has expanded beyond the limits of the old world. The landscape remains the same. However, everything is different because perception has advanced beyond recognition. Consider a gorgeous sunrise breaking over a quiet meadow, each golden beam a gentle reminder of a long-awaited destiny. What has transpired before you is much more than a passing moment in time. It is a divine appointment, and a sacred gateway has opened to welcome those whose hearts are ready for transformation. This is not an event characterized by your prior successes, but by your willingness to begin on a new life. The lingering doubts that formerly held you back are disappearing, and the burden of uncertainty is gradually lifting. Similar to morning, June under the warm rays of the sun, at this lovely turning point, the focus is no longer on latent abilities or untapped potential. It's about taking the huge step ahead with complete trust. The invitation is straightforward, unwavering, and offers a future customized just to you. A tremendous question has arisen, gleaming as bright as the first light of day. Will you accept this angelic offer and embrace your destiny? This is not about meeting worldly standards of merit, but rather about opening your heart to the awareness that you are already favored by a larger plan. You are being offered the option to choose a path that leads to spiritual accomplishment and inner fulfillment. It's as if a wonderful light has been shone upon you, and each step you take gets you closer to a life of plenty, elegance, and pleasure. A life that represents the prospect of heavenly favor. It's time to distribute God's blessings by clicking the super thank you button on YouTube. With a $100 donation or more, you may assist him carry out his plan and be a part of this wonderful mission. Every payment is God's kindness, and I believe it will return to you greatly, far above your expectations. Remember that his protection and blessing are always with you, especially via your contributions. You become a part of his divine plan. You are a tremendous and brilliant thing, as solid as his massive rock. Witness God's miracles. Feel the benefits of your compassion in your soul, and light up the world with confidence and courage. Be blessed, and let the light of the Lord guide you. Friends, when you stand at this important crossroads, recall the words of optimism and conviction that remind us that every difficulty and setback was but a stepping stone to this moment. The remnants of your previous limits are vanishing, making room for an inner strength that has long been waiting to emerge. The uncertainty that has before clouded your perception is starting to fade, replaced by the clarity that comes from comprehending that now is the time to ascend. The experience you are supposed to have is not impossible. It is a contemporary reality that presents a chance to reset and realign your life with a higher purpose. It's like a quiet but persuasive plea from a loving father, pushing you to let go of previous obligations. Your uncertainty is not a sign of weakness, but rather a natural part of the process that will soon be replaced with a solid desire to continue with a clear and open heart. Consider the consolation of knowing that every decision you've made, every difficulty you've encountered has brought you to this moment. The progression of life is stunningly beautiful, like a talented painter unveiling the hidden complexities of a massive masterpiece, one stroke at a time. Now is the time to place your trust in that creativity. Believe that you have been chosen to receive a legacy of divine blessings. Every step, every breath displays the sacred potential that resides inside you. This moment necessitates total surrender to the incredible possibilities that await. It is an invitation to let go of all the old patterns that have held you back, so that the spirit of regeneration might pervade every aspect of your life. The past is behind you, and it fulfilled its function. What lies ahead is a future full of hope and confidence, a future in which you will live your life fully as it was meant. During this phase of consciousness, the decision is not made for you. It is a personal journey of stepping into the light that appeals to every daring heart and soul that dares to dream of a life transformed, is being gently urged to stand. The choice in front of you is as evident as the clear sky on a sunny morning. Accept the promise of a new beginning, or remain where you are and let the day pass without seizing the divine opportunity. This transformative experience serves as a reminder that the path to spiritual fulfillment is both open and inviting. The decision you make today will not only define your own path, but it will also inspire others around you as you begin this new chapter. Remember that every step taken with faith leads to a world where miracles are the norm. Every day is a celebration of life's many blessings. So, my friend, when you feel a stirring in your heart and the call of a higher purpose, ask yourself, are you ready to fully accept the destiny that has always been yours? The light is shining, the door is open, and the route to a life of divine favor greets you with open arms. Accept this moment with the idea that you are destined for greatness, and let your spirit to soar into the wonderful future that is now developing.